YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming back at y'all with another energy read, another YouTube read. I hope this finds y'all at a clarifying time in your day. Remember, energy is timeless. All your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes are so very appreciated. I have a partnership program going on with Otter Sphere. They sell jewelry, vibration enhancing gemstones that are embedded into fashionably wearable items such as bracelets, rings, chains or necklaces, and other accessories that you can check out with a 20% off code in the description box below. If you need a personal booking, it'll also be in the description box below. I don't want to waste too much time on that with some ads, but without further ado, let's go and get started. Ancestors, angels of the highest white light, please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages from my collective needs to hear today. Thank you, and Ashe. Gliding overall, what does that mean? Gliding overall. You know, if you ever watched the series Breaking Bad, that's what I'm channeling off top, because I don't know what else that's gonna mean. But if you've ever watched the series Breaking Bad, these cards, I'm not gonna take these cards. They did fall out, but I'm not gonna take them. They come back up. But the series Breaking Bad, at the end of the series, you know, it's about a chemist or a chemistry teacher that knows chemistry very well, that ends up having a stage 4, was it lung cancer? So he had nothing else to lose. But one of his old students was in the drug game, but he ends up using him as his partner to get up in the drug game, to get money for his family and whatever, right? But the series progresses, he becomes a badass, right? And there's some episode where it gets to a point where he's gliding over everybody. He becomes the kingpin himself, right? This old man that's dying of cancer, right? That's kind of the whole theme of the show. It's very good. Very something about that though. Gliding overall, this could be somebody, you know, you could be being perceived, you could be ascending past people that were once competing with you, you could be outshining your competition, you could be outdueling your competition. It's kind of the messages I'm getting, right? Redirect your energy from draining situations soaked in negativity. You could have a lot of people in a bitter energy. That's literally how it just rolled off my tongue. You are not what they thought. So let's go into the bitterness. You are not what they thought. There's something about jadedness, deception, people feeling deceived by your strength. Your strength is deception. Your knowledge is deception or deceptive, or perceived as which. Their cord to you is blocking your blessings. There's something about people trying to either get a fast one over you in some way, shape, or form. With big dick energy popping out, they are fake, cut it off. There's something about you seeing through deception, or seeing through, or if this is in competition sense, I'm getting a heavy theme of that. There's something about you showing up or outdueling something, or if this is in regards to a familial situation, like, and I say familial by way of somebody being close to you or kindred to you that is competing with you. It doesn't have to be family. But either way, with the big dick energy, man or woman, there's something about you rising past this, ascending past this, healing past this, or simply taking your stand. Or when I say taking your stand, there's something about authority. Ancient royalty. Let's go into that. Ancient royalty, confirm ancient royalty with the King of Swords and energy. There's something about a discipline that one is walking in at this time, or one has been walking in. There's something about somebody's, I think this kind of describes the overall disposition of somebody's either journey or somebody's process to either overcoming adversity. I think this speaks to outside adversity or circumstantial adversity for somebody that is rising above it. This could speak to, doesn't always have to speak to socially, but I'm getting a strong theme of socially. But ancient royalty, connections to ancient Egypt, there's something about somebody's, and the solar plexus chakra is being highlighted to my consciousness. So there's something about somebody's core sense of self, confidence, or their determination or willpower to move forward is signified. With the Two of Swords energy, there's something about either, if this is competition or things outside of you, or circumstantial, right? This could be circumstantial. It was meant to put you at some type of stalemate or an inability to move forward. Something was supposed to halt your alignment or halt your sense of finding what alignment meant or was, right? So confusion spells or anything that was just supposed to throw you off. It could be just something that ambushed you. It could be something that you're working around. So it could be circumstantial. For an example of a circumstantial experience that I'm speaking of, that you have to work around is a bill. and working to making sure that you're keeping that bill together so that you can keep something, whatever up or on, whatever that is. It's an easy example for something that was supposed to either hinder you or hinder something, right? Or is a test, right? To still rise above, right? You're irreplaceable. There's something about, so I'm getting highlighted back to the solar plexus chakra. So there's something about sense of stability or sense of wealth or sense of health, sense of self. Within, without. But it's demonstrated by the solar plexus chakra to me because it's something about that these experiences, whether it's socially, whether it's financially, whether it's whatever it is, physically, emotionally, psychologically, whatever it was, this was to test your either self-love or your determination to move forward or determination to keep doing something. There's a highlighting over something. People don't regret for how they treated you. There's something about also the deception coming back to mind. It's whether, let's say you have a sweet face or a skinny body, or let's say, I'm just highlighting just different things. Or let's say you don't have a skinny body, but people put you in this marginalization based on what you can do or what you can occupy based on those kind of things that they feel like they perceive, right? There's something about that felt deceptive, or something felt deceptive about you, either those that doubted you or those that came against you, or those that, it could be just as simple as those that gossiped about you, right? Spiritual mastery. There's something about that being very deceptive, or how much you knew or how much you were good at. It could be just the accumulation of energy, how much you understood energy. It could be I'm getting a naivety coming to my head right now. So there's something about you having more either maturity, experience, or something than you come off, or there's something that was deceptive about how you come off, how you speak, how something is, or how something is versus how something really is. It's a sense of deception. People either thought you were fake or thought you were coming from a certain angle with a certain motive, is what I'm getting. So nurture your inner child at this time. This is something that has been tested upon somebody in terms of life experiences or circumstances that have, especially of recent, that are either a part of some type of shift or are cultivating or catalyzing some type of shift within somebody that I'm talking to or tapping into. And these shifts could be revolving around instilling, favoring yourself, or pouring into that self-love cup, or just simply determination or the sense of self that you're cultivating, or not cultivating. What am I saying? Like, not tempering, but like keeping well kept as you're moving forward, no matter what is thrown at you. I didn't find the word that I was looking for, but I think the Wheel of Fortune also can speak to changes that are also coming from somebody that have been. I'm getting the visioning to my mind, like somebody bulldozing targets, like running them down, like running past them, like a bull knocking down targets, specifically just knocking down targets. So this is something that could have been what is sparking some type of change in somebody's energy or somebody's life right now. The obsession over you is a compliment, not an insecurity to be ashamed of. You could have one person, you could have a couple people that are looking at you or kind of like studying you. When I say studying you, just in a different way, or looking at you in a different way. You're going through a spiritual initiation, so there's something about shifts, changes that people are either perceiving or reacting to, and by way of reacting to, kind of taking more of a bit of a look or paying attention. This could be energy, this could be physically, this could be whatever this is, but there's something about the perception of how people are paying attention to you is changing. You are a god or a goddess energy. This could be just simple shift. There's something about the deception. I want to go into that. That's gonna probably be my title or something of that nature. Something about your strength, knowledge, or something like that. Your cultivation of energy, or what you can do, was underestimated, or was deemed as had to be underestimated for somebody to find it deceptive. So your karmic debt is cleared. So I could be tapping into somebody that's very quiet. It could be just very nice, even if you're not quiet, right? There's something about distorted femininity that somebody had either a perspective or something on you, or wanted to use something to weaponize against you, to make themselves feel power over you or authority over you, or something of that nature. You're very beautiful, very handsome, so there's something about degrading, shame, something of that nature to keep you from your Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles could be the unification of your higher self, which comes through the unification of your inner feminine, inner masculine. We talk about this all the time, right? And that's what we're kind of speaking to in terms of the energy polarities, right? So with the Ten of Pentacles, this either speaks to somebody's gifts, their higher calling. I was getting this kind of connotation earlier in the read, like something about the path that you're moving on. There's something about either, it's such a general theme, but there's something about people either, share your gifts, something about people like either wanting to get in this theme and like, I'm hearing like knock it off, like open your mind to the highest outcomes. They're already there. You could have people that wanted to limit your mind or limit the possibilities of what you deem to be possible. With the strength energy, there's something about determination that's still being highlighted in terms of somebody's consistency or what it is needed, in terms of somebody's cultivation or whatever path that they're deciding to, set some foot of authority in. I'm getting a lot of highlighting of masculine energy. Masculine energy, man or woman, is speaking to the 3D reflections of what's been cultivated in the yin, right, in the 5D. So there's something about pity parties. There's something about, this could be backfires for people that either judged you too soon or whatever that is. I'm not sure, because a lot of times when karmic backfires happen, you're not gonna know exactly what the karma is for somebody that either whatever, and that's for you in your own discretion and for your own alignment, and for either, we're not even gonna get into that, but watch out for temptation, which could be exactly what I was kind of getting. What I just kind of, it wasn't even worth kind of spending that much time going into it. So watching out for temptation could be past themes, past thoughts, past behaviors, past whatever that you've already know that you're ascending past, or you're putting your mind, your goals to ascend past. That's your temptation right now. It's kind of like, I've heard this in multiple different reads. I wanted to shout out a specific one, but I can't remember the name. But I've heard this before. It's almost like when you're ascending past old versions of yourself, what comes back is old versions of yourself that is trying to hold you back into that version of the self that was more comfortable to that self. If that makes sense, if you're following me, it's on a quantum level that you got to kind of keep your desired disposition. So if this speaks to an addiction, a habit, that look at it as that addiction that is manifesting itself with a more comfortable version of yourself that keeps wanting that, and it's going to keep wanting that, right? And it's something about the distance that you create between those energies, between those polarities, between those things that you do desire, that you did at one point that you no longer do. There's something about that. It's being highlighted or was being personified in terms of the overall message, in terms of what somebody's been having to do, in terms of cultivating their path. These are all kind of the masculine parts of the energy, dissecting, separating, clearing out, protecting your own, right? So Four of Swords, this is speaking to, whatever you're moving towards, or whatever you're moving, whatever is intuitively being guided upon, whoever I'm tapping into, is where your restoration, your rejuvenation lies. I think this is speaking to some sense of freedom or expression of which. We're going back to the solar plexus chakra, the sense of self, the expression of self, the cultivation of self, the comfortability within self, the stability within self, or the determination, confidence within self. So I think this speaks to whatever you're moving in is supposed to be, that is what's being presided for you to be moving or improving in these said directions, or it's going to be a reflection of these improvements in these said directions. A lot of people are at past, present, future themes, right? It's quantumly speaking in terms of the energy. It's all different types of alignments that are aligning with this one read, but just wanting to cover the basis. You're in alignment with your desires. There's something about specification over alignment, of which at this time, I think I'm probably about to end this out with the High Priestess energy. It's just kind of staying tapped in with whoever I'm tapping into. That's a highlighting of a strong intuition. Whenever the High Priestess energy comes out, it doesn't really come out in these recent reads as much. The High Priestess energy is somebody, man or woman, you have a very tapped in intuition, or you're very tapped in even more than that. You may have different gifts than your intuition. That's a gift, but it could be different ones. But trust that is a reaffirmation. And don't gaslight your own intuition. That's where damage is, or that's where calamity comes in, because that's the tower that you need to readjust your intuition or readjust your perspective. It's the whole point of a tower, and I think that's my probably last message, just to keep, tapped into your intuition and trust yourself, please, and first and foremost, especially if you know your body, if you know yourself. That's all it's about. And if we're all improving on those things, but if you need a personal with me, hit up Shamika-san with cnshamika@gmail.com. I appreciate all your likes, shares, and subscribes. all the care and love and just the appreciation. I really appreciate you guys, just humbly, always. And I'm sending my love and ashe. But I get started on another quick one so I can get on some personals. Peace out, y'all.